Ladies and gentlemen, you guys know that I am a big advocate for nuclear families, meaning biological mother, biological father raising their children underneath the same roof. Big advocate of that, and I still am. That's not going to change. But I will tell you this. This particular story gives me pause because of the fact that you have a mother and a father. And I'm going to tell you guys, what you're going to hear is gut wrenching. That is your forewarning. So if you can't handle that, I understand. I'm going to have some opinions that aren't going to sit well with your sensibilities. But I'm going to tell you what these children go through should be in no comparison to the things that I say about these criminals, that what they do to these kids. And let me let you guys understand something. This involves not a 9-year-old baby, not a 9-month-old baby, not a 9-week-old baby. This story involves a 9-day-old baby. 9 days. Brand new. How do we get here? This story comes out of Louisville, Kentucky, and a couple was charged with child abuse after their 9-day-old baby was found Monday with multiple broken bones. That's according to the police. Brent Bishop, also known as Michael Bishop, which is that idiot on the left-hand side, looking like a Sideshow Bob wannabe, and the mother, whose name, that is not a typo, her name is Amanda Yff, or If. I don't know how you pronounce it. YFF. I've never seen a last name like that. But she's 26 years old, and Brent is 30 years old, and they were arrested Monday morning at their home on Canterbury Court, and each charged with complicity to first-degree child abuse per online court records. The Louisville Metro Police Patrol... Damn, hold on, let me read that again. The Louisville Metro Police Patrol officers contacted department's Crimes Against Children unit early Monday. That is a mouthful. Regarding a newborn child with a broken arm, according to an arrest citation. But after the 9-day-old child was taken to Norton Children's Hospital, a forensic examination revealed that the baby had a broken humerus, a broken right and left radius by the wrist, broken right tibia, and broken right and left femur per the arrest report. Now, how many of you guys out there want to claim some mental illness, some postpartum? How many of y'all want to create an excuse for these two terrible parents? Anybody? The chat is open. I'd be more than happy to let you guys give them as many excuses as you like, but just know we're probably going to look at you a little bit sideways, right? This is a 9-day-old baby with many, many broken bones. The baby also, brought up too many web pages. The baby also had a bruise on the left side of the head, according to the police. The mother told police she had fed her baby, and then Bishop took the newborn to another room for a few hours, according to the arrest citation. So she's trying to point the blame at him. Bishop then brought the child back to the mother, who said she fed the baby again and fell asleep, according to arrest reports. When she woke up later, the mother said that she could not find her baby, but then she and Bishop found the child face down on the floor next to the bed, according to the arrest citation. A pediatric forensic nurse who examined the baby found injuries are diagnostic of inflicted physical abuse and are also severe and shows extreme indifference to human life, according to the arrest report. There's also a reason why I used their Halloween pictures that they put up to show how bloodthirsty, nasty, idiotic these people are. I know y'all looking at those pictures like, why are those pictures up there? Because I think that is what a perfect depiction is of the type of animals that they are. They both are demons. They both are thugs. They both are terrible parents. This shouldn't happen to any child of any age ever, let alone the fact that when you have a newborn baby, you're supposed to take even more care and be even more careful. But check this out. The mother gave a Miranda statement and said, "I can't believe I hurt my baby this bad," according to the police. Now, officers executed a search warrant at the home, and guess what they found? They found what appeared to be cocaine, meth, oxycodone, Adderall, sleeping pills, marijuana, and many forms of paraphernalia, including grinders, rolling papers, digital scales, baggies, of course, for distribution, and pipes, per the arrest citation. Hashtag not my words. That's according to the police. Officers also found a firearm near the drugs, and police believe the items indicated an intent to sell, according to the arrest citation. Now, the father, Bishop, was also charged with numerous drug-related offenses in connection with the incident, according to court records. The couple entered a plea of not guilty during their arraignments on Tuesday, where the judge set their bonds at $150,000 for both of the parents. Now, court records show Bishop and the mother each have their own private attorney, so apparently they had money for that. With their next court date set for April the 14th, which is next Wednesday. This is a tragedy for all parties involved, according to the mother's attorney, Nick Mudd, told the Carrier Journal in an email. "Ms. Schiff and I look forward to defending any and all allegations in court. So we'll see what happens. Do y'all think this was an accident? Because I don't think so. There's too many drugs around. It's just everything about this story is so wrong." But let me give you guys the fair usage and show you the news videos. Here we go. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, here we go.
A 9-day-old newborn was taken to the hospital with broken arms and broken legs. Now his parents, Brent Bishop and Amanda Yif, are charged with complicity to criminal abuse. Court records say the mom told police she fed the baby, then Bishop took him into another room for a few hours, then she fed him again and fell asleep. She told officers she woke up and couldn't find the baby, but eventually found him face down on the floor. A pediatric nurse who examined the baby said the injuries are severe and consistent with physical abuse. Police say they found suspected cocaine, meth, and marijuana in the home and believe the drugs were meant for sale.
New tonight, two Louisville parents are behind bars accused of abusing their newborn baby. Amanda Yif and Brent Bishop are charged with criminal abuse. According to an arrest report, officers were sent to Norton Children's Hospital early Monday morning after the baby was brought in. Police say a forensic nurse discovered the child had at least 5 broken bones, including both legs. Police say they found several drugs during a search of the couple's home on Canterbury Court off the outer loop.
Okay. Here we go. Those are the only 2 news videos I was able to find. So let's make this an educational moment for those who might not be super familiar with the law, and maybe Lee or anybody else in there. If you do know the law a little bit better than me, then you can correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? With this story being out of Louisville, Kentucky, let me explain something to you guys. What this mother is scheduled to do is to try to push all of the drugs and guns and bad parenting on the dad, on Brent Bishop. She's going to try to push this all on him. Number one, so she doesn't get jail time or anything like that and potentially get her kid back, which is what we do not want. Let me explain why we don't want that and why this should not happen in the court system. Let me explain something. Even if the mother did not know about these drugs, even if that were a possibility, that's too many drugs, too much wrongdoing by one person for you to say that you didn't know. There's a propensity of evidence that points to them that says, no, you knew, you had to have known. If you didn't know, then your eyes must not work. All those different drugs, most of them illicit, guns and all of this stuff, and the baby ends up in a heinous condition. For that reason alone, if you are a perfectly healthy mom and you don't do no drugs and you're not into any illicit activities, but you deal with somebody who does, here's where we have to start implementing accountability. If you date thugs, you date death, and I think that you should also suffer the exact same consequences as the person who harms your child. Because guess what? You love this person well enough to not worry about what's going on with your baby. So you just took a blind eye to everything that he was doing. And it put your baby's life in jeopardy. So to me, if you do those type of things and it causes your kid hurt, harm, or danger, then you should be responsible. Now, what is that going to do for this woman and everybody else? If they know there is a high risk, a high fear that you could spend life in prison, 20, 30 years in prison, have $1 million bail, when there are real consequences against you, that pressure will bust those pipes. And I believe that it will spread across the board and make people think 2 times, 3 times, 10 times before they put their children in bad situations, or before you date somebody that's going to put your children in a bad situation, or before you neglect or say, well, I didn't know about no background check. I was to never have thought to do a background check. Well, if you're that damn stupid, then maybe you shouldn't be a parent. Is that not a parent? Am I not making a good case to say that both of them, whatever time he gets, she should get. Whatever time she gets, he should get. Let me also add that you also should not be able to get your kids back. Because guess what? Any extra damage, this kid might be dead. So the fact that this baby is alive is good enough for us to put a prayer hands up in the chat and for us to pray that this baby pulls through. And let me show y'all the baby just in case y'all didn't see him. It's a very small baby, and I hope nobody has no issue with this. That's the baby. And a beautiful little baby at that. This baby was on the brink of death with that much violence inflicted on this baby. And the fact that they had a forensic professional examine this baby and they realized, no, this is physical abuse. They did this to this child. Then this baby only survived by divine intervention. The fact that the man, the big man above, looked out for this baby to protect this baby. So I think it would probably be best that somebody else care for, love, and raise this baby to give that little baby an opportunity to grow up and become great. Because guess what? Mom doesn't want this baby to be great. Neither one of them deserve any reproductive rights. When something like this happens, I don't know why you should even be allowed to just come back, get out of jail, and be able to produce more babies. I don't think that should happen. Hashtag TTO and TTT. For those who don't know, you can type it in the chat and let them know what TTO and TTT means. Because I believe they both should suffer the same fate for what they did to that baby who couldn't speak for himself, could not defend itself against the tyranny of not one, but 2 bad drug dealing, drug using, hair, brain parents. And it's going to stop. And it has to stop. And we have to start putting out stronger laws. That's where we have to start voting at our local elections to make the laws stronger in your counties, in your cities, in your states. At the state level is where it matters. Make sure you know which judges you have in office. Make sure you know all of the people in your local elections, because that's where it counts. We have to put the right people in office to make sure you have a place like how we do in Texas. We have super aggravated child abuse laws to protect our children. Because at the AFC, we believe that babies' lives matter. Hashtag the new BLM. Babies' lives matter. I hope that they throw the book at both of them Look like they just crawled off of a dusty farm or something like that. I don't know. They just look weird. Meth head ass parents. But let me say this. They're a match made in hell. But that is a beautiful little baby. And we'll put a prayer hands up in the chat. And we're going to pray that that baby grows up and becomes something great. So this is a partially positive story, okay? The baby did survive. I'm DJ Just Jay with the AFC, where we put our children first.